Everybody has obviously seen the news this last few days where they're really gunning for Boris Johnson and all the parties and that he had. I mean, I look at that picture, I don't think that picture's real, do you? It's just not a real picture that's been put together. And, yeah, deputy, or there's someone, it's just ridiculous. But you know what, my family listened to him, and I didn't see my grandchildren for months on end because of what he said. So it's all a bit to drive you mad kind of stuff, isn't it, really? The whole thing's to drive you insane. But anyway, so that's why we don't watch the television. So we don't really take on board any of this stuff that they play on us day in, day out. Where the papers and the television are just playing games with us, with them. Anyway, it was really strange, this door shutting. Got a bit of this door shutting in a minute. Very, very strange. But yes, you know, my family listened to this person and did what they said and stopped me coming and seeing my grandchildren. The first time, I think it was 6 months. And he lied. So that just shows you what we live with or around, or what you're voting for. You voted just for a bunch of lies. And I think they thoroughly enjoyed doing that, but it's all part of the game. But here's this door, look. Just watch the shadows on this door. I've never seen a door have so many shadows in my life. Look, 1, 2, wait for it. Here it comes. Look at that, it keeps going. What the hell is that? Yeah, that's a bunch of games as well. No, that's real either, is it? Wow, what a door shut. Crazy. There's just no way it would have that many. And then, look at this. I mean, it is so obvious. She's got black eyes and isn't looking at him. And his face disappears. He looks a bit like Harry, just a bigger Harry. Sort of. Goodness knows who they all are. I mean, they must be real people. I mean, I've met Richard Benyon, MP. I've seen... look at that, look at his face. I've met a couple of the politicians in my time. What's his name? Hang on. William Hague. I've met William Hague. His head's not right. Look, the Queen isn't really looking at him. She's looking at his chest. Because she's not real either. And then, when they're showing us this person outside Downing Street, they're not really there either. That's a green screen. But I don't think people are noticing. I think he looks a bit like Hewitt, doesn't he? But that's a green screen as well. But you're led to believe that he's standing outside 10 Downing Street making these comments, but he isn't. He's on a green screen, or it's a cartoon. I don't think any of it looks right. Even the crease down there, I don't think that looks. I don't think it looks right. But when you realise that what you're looking at is somebody superimposed on the top, you start realising that the footage here starts wobbles around him. That's what we see, is the wibble wobble. There you go, it's all happening down there because he's been superimposed in over the top. It's not real. There you go, superimposed. All this about Boris and the parties, which, come on, would he make this kind of mistake? No, he would. Oh yeah, look, and that cat sits outside 10 Downing Street, doesn't move. That's so funny. But why would he make such a big mistake like this? He hasn't. He hasn't done it. This is all part of their game. It's just on and on. It's just stress, stress, stress. Look at his shape. Look at his hair. But it's stress, 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 because it's on and 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 on. I mean, if you're watching all this, it will drive you insane. You know, my family need to apologise to me because they believed this man. And he's probably going to go. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. And just look how narrow, I've done videos there with the little Boris on the road down there. See, look at the size of it. Enough maybe here for 2 cars to come down here. And they made him look like he was in a field. I don't know why they don't have speeches on here. Look at the size of that thing. Yes, 10 Downing Street, all moaning and groaning at Boris, who probably never even goes there. That's just for show. Deary me. We are led up the garden path. I stood outside those gates going freedom. It's last July it was, with Gary. I stood there, freedom! Freedom! Yeah, anyway, we're moving on because everybody's having these chats about Boris and what he did. That man's eyes are a bit funny. Do you see? I realise now with Eyes That Can See Will See, the other channel from yesterday and the other video, that their eyes are always super enlarged. Anyway, none of it is real. It's all put together for the next story, which they make months in advance. And we're bored to death of them. They are just insanity that they cannot stop. We can't even have good news or things working. Every day it's death or destruction, and on it goes. Even this madness with what they're doing with Boris now, which would he as Prime Minister? What? He's that sure that he could have parties every week and no one would take cameras and no one would say anything? It's just pathetic to put us through all this crap. The shadows on that door, like, wow. Yeah, anyway. What does everybody think? Do you think his days are numbered? For what he's supposedly allowed to happen, but then it's his opt-out clause, isn't it? And then another person comes in and goes, well, it was nothing to do with us, he did it, Boris did it, it wasn't us. So he'll be left with Boris. Christian reckons he's almost as hated as Blair. Look what they've done, and then they turn you against them. They weren't anybody in the first place. Oh, dearie me. Nobody's real. That mother man, his eyes. This is Boris making his excuses in the House of Commons. Anyway, what's your thoughts to this whole menagerie? Because that's what it is. Yes, you nod your head. It's all a menagerie. And, yeah, leave your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.